All right, good afternoon. It's 3:30. Time for the final half hour of trading. Gonna call it professionals close the market. So we'll review some of the trades that we did today. So let's start by sharing. So, oh, sounds like something's going on. And right off the bat, we have a trade to look at. So let's look at it. Um, oh, look at this. This is Bitcoin. It's a put on Bitcoin, which is interesting because we have a long position or put spread on micro strategies. All right, let's here's the trade. This is for the 29th of May. So let's put the trade in the and then we'll review it later. So this is the trade. So let's move this over here, this over here, and we're gonna bring in our options trading, and we're gonna do IBIT, IBIT. And we know it's a May 29 expiration. And we're just going to do one. I don't have too much confidence in Schaefer's research lately. Then we're going to do a $48 put. 48. Right? But before we do that, let's look at the chart on IBT, IBIT. IBIT. I like the other one better. I like BitW, or which is Bitwise. This is one of the other larger ones. ETFs and Bitcoin. And here it is, 46. Oh, all right. So it might be, yeah, it's got a lot of resistance at this 46 level lately, but then we got underneath 45. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. All right, look at how tight that is, 279 by 280. So that's a market order. We're just going to do one of these. We're going to place it, and there it is. And now let's see what's our exit strategy. Weekly options trader. That's usually like 100%. So let's just put that in. So, oh, weekly options trader. Weekly options trader. Yeah, looks for 100%. Well, we're gonna. All right, let's do that. IBIT. That one's getting. OBIT. IBIT. iShares Bitcoin. We're gonna close. So let's close at 490. I know it's like 5, but I don't like to get greedy, and we're gonna have good till May 28th. View. Place the order. Okay. View order. There's the order. So let's look at our portfolio while we're here. There it is, 552. We only have $640 available, but look at all the money we got tied up here. And look at some of these things are gaining. It's really unusual. You know. So let's all right, so this is done. Here's all the reasons: support and resistance, relative strength. I'll just kind of bring it over. Here's all the reasons why a research company thinks, boop, boop, boop. Lots of resistance. That's what they're saying. Put call ratios at 2 again. So that's why they're recommending that. All right, we'll leave that over there. And then we'll come back to, let's just review some of the trades that we did today. So starting, today's May 5th. Right? May 5th. So we started the morning out really good. VRDN was up, and it looks like Alpha Shark did a really good morning, and then we did too. Then we sold 3 beat our July 17 calls for at 331 for a 67% winner in about 15 trading days. Alpha Shark exited all his calls. Of course, he had a better entry, better exit, but that was a good call by him. And then Lunar, we did a 1-day gainer where we made about 150%, or really 50%, because we sold Lunar for 350, and we bought it yesterday for 244. So that was a good get. That was a good good exit. And then a hedge fund recommended Abbott, but it's a strange thing. I mean, he recommended the September 19th 110 calls, which is way out of the money, for 65 cents up to 70 cents with a target of 95 cents. I think we ended up getting in that trade. And then here's the summary of the trading morning. Again, the VRDN calls were sold for a 67% gain. We bought well, there's the Alpha Luna calls we were just talking about, and it's really, I guess, 44% gain. Not bad though in 1 day. Position exited. Yeah, he did a good exit at 360. Again, Abbott at 65 to 70 cents for those 110 calls in September. Hopefully you'll get them. I don't know. It's way out of the money. And then This was a day trade. I don't really like day trade, so I did really the alternative, and we made a few bucks on that. And there's the few bucks that we made, and then we had another trade. I don't want to get too far into that. Tesla, I just did a put spread. You see it, the 405, 407, May 8th puts. We ended up closing for a few dollars. I'm happy about that. At least we didn't lose. And then United Microelectronics, July 17th, $12 call, max entry 230. So we ended up buying UMC July 12 for 238. Our target is 390, good till July 16th. That's our exit strategy. And then we bought UMC put spread for a 22-cent credit. We sold the $12 put in June and bought the $11 put for 22 cents. And we can show the chart for that. And then hedge fund recommended LMT, which we bought the September 18th, 700 calls, way out of the money at 360. Target up to 520. So we bought them at 360, and we're looking, to sell at 520. We'll keep that. And of course, we did the FFAI January 28, 150 put at a strike price of 150, and we sold the January 27, 150 call for 27 cents for a net debit of 123. And then here's Tesla getting out. It was at 304, so we ended up getting out with that $3 gain. And then this IBIT Bitcoin. I think we just got into that. So let's place the let's show that. And let's show the exit strategy. Right? May have already done it. IBIT. There we have it. Yep. So we're looking target 490 by May 29th. Target 4.90. Good till May 29th. So those are the trades. I'm probably going to shut this down then. I think we're doing okay so far. Let's take a look. 552 unrealized gains. Let's look at the FFAI. See if there's any news on that, since it's the major position. $0.33. And look at all this programmatic selling, right? 406, 506, right? Look at this. It's all the same. It's got to be programmatic. Got to be programmatic. And look at all that down there. And I gotta imagine there's going to be some hand holding when when they I think they're eventually going to get delisted, I suspect. All right. So we'll keep it short. If anything comes up, I'll pop it in the trade blotter there.